Hey guys, today I want to talk about three problems that are facing the Tennessee real estate market in 2024. So here we go. I'm Dave Townsend, a realtor here in Middle Tennessee, and if you need real estate assistance of any kind, just drop me a line. I'll have my info in the description. But let's move on with this video. Three things in the Middle Tennessee area that are causing problems. Let's start off with the first one, the home prices. We saw way back when COVID began, we saw the market being tamped down by lockdowns. Then people started to be able to work from home. The interest rates were low, and people were starting to get interested in moving around in other states. They were locked into these houses where maybe they didn't have space. So they started looking at Tennessee, and a lot of people came here. Beginning in 2021, the home prices started to really skyrocket, and they've just grown ever since then. So the number one problem that we're having right now with finding people homes is finding what they can afford. There's a lot of homes that have just gone out of their price point, and we're seeing kind of a movement between really expensive millionaire type homes and starter homes that are now becoming, they're not even single family homes, they are condos and townhomes. So you've got two different extremes happening and not a whole lot of stuff in the middle. The stuff in the middle is you're looking around $500,000 for stuff that years ago was a single family starter home. So the prices have really gone up in just a very short period of time, which is great if you are a home seller. So if you're putting it on the market, you're going to get a lot of value over what you bought it for. But if you are a home buyer, it's a really big challenge, and especially if you are a first-time home buyer who doesn't have any equity built up in a previous dwelling that you were living in. And so now you are stuck in the situation where the home prices are really high and you don't have the equity to apply to the new house to bring down that mortgage, your payment amount. So that is the number one problem right now, I think, is the home prices. But there's more. The number two problem with the Tennessee real estate market right now is inventory. We have a very low inventory in Tennessee. We're getting a lot more homes being built, but we cannot keep up with the demand. But the problem with that also is the fact that there are people who are sitting in their homes because of low interest rates. Some people have termed this the golden handcuffs. Basically, they got an interest rate that was down in the twos somewhere, maybe in the threes. And with the current interest rates, they are not wanting to sell that house and move again because they've got a payment exactly where they want it to be. Why would they want to change that and then end up with something that's going to be twice as much for even a smaller house or less acreage, less property, for a home that is not as valuable as the one that they're living in? You just have to pay a lot more to get the same thing. So they are not moving, which means that the inventory is not transitioning. We're not having people transferring stuff from person to person and through the market. And so you don't have the opportunities out there, which leaves people pretty much only able to go toward new construction. If you've got a family situation where you are moving, or a job situation, something that has to change, those are forcing you to make those moves, and those homes are hitting the market. But if you are just sitting in your home, you don't have to go anywhere, you're not going to put your house on the market for any particular reason. So the new construction, those new houses being built are happening. But the problem with that is those new construction homes are not generally single family homes on large lots. They are a lot of townhomes, a lot of very small lot development, 6,000 square foot lots, stuff of that nature. And so what a lot of people really want for their first home is they want a house with a yard, a place for the kids to go play or the dogs to go out in the backyard. You want a little bit of space around you. And what we're seeing a lot of now are, townhomes. I really love 1 acre lots. They're my favorite thing in the world is large acreage lots. And we're just not seeing a whole lot of that these days. But a lot of that has to do with the inventory need. And on top of that, there's the expense of land. So developers are going after land and they're trying to maximize the value that they can make out of the land because the land is limited. You only have so much. So the third major problem are the interest rates. I alluded to it earlier. But the problem is when you have a high price and low inventory, that makes those prices go up even higher. And then you add to it a very high interest rate, something that's in the upper sixes to seven, something that's not in the twos or the threes like it was a short time ago. You end up with payments that are really unaffordable for a lot of people. And it makes it very difficult to go out and buy a home. So when you put all those factors in together, it makes it really challenging. I think what needs to happen eventually, and we're seeing a little bit of a slide in the interest rates, but if the interest rates can kind of settle somewhere in the fives, I think the market will start to balance itself out. We'll start to have some people who are selling their houses because they think, okay, the interest rates are a little bit better. I can probably manage to do something here now. But we're still not going to see what we had a couple years ago, the extreme sales. Just a lot of people putting their houses on the market. What we will probably end up seeing are more multiple offer situations when there's more people on the market because of the lack of inventory. We're going to still see the high prices. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. I don't think they're going to drop much, if at all. In fact, I think they'll actually increase just a little bit. They'll be more like the normal increases that we had 5 years ago, 10 years ago, rather than the extreme spikes that we had 2 or 3 years ago. So that's kind of where I think we're going to end up. But again, the three things that are hitting the Tennessee real estate market right now, and to be fair, this can probably be said for a lot of places in our country, are the home prices, the lack of inventory, and on top of everything else, the interest rates. It's a trifecta that really is very damaging to the home buyer. So there's ways around it. There's different things you can do with buy downs and stuff on the interest rate so that you can try to get into houses at a little bit better interest rate and then hopefully maybe refinance later. There's never a guarantee with that. But anyway, if I can help you in any way with real estate here in Middle Tennessee, give me a call. My information is in the description here, and we'll talk with you next time.